Hello everyone! Today we're going to be talking about a concept paper. A concept paper is a brief document that outlines the initial ideas, objectives, and theoretical framework of a proposed research project. A concept paper is usually a 3-page long overview of a proposal. It acts as a roadmap, providing clarity and coherence in research direction. On the other hand, a concept paper can be submitted to investors for secure funding. For an instance, an academic supervisor can evaluate the feasibility of the project and, if needed, suggest ideas for improvements. Similarly, investors can determine whether the project they would like to support is realistic through evaluating. Underdeveloped projects may be terminated at the concept paper stage. Later on, my other groupmates will tackle about the key elements and the tips for writing a concept paper. Thank you everyone for listening.
When crafting a concept paper title, one must ensure the title should be specific and descriptive and must be able to capture the reader's interest. Think of it as a preview for the reader. The title can be a question the proposed project aims to answer, or it can be a short statement that summarizes the paper. It should also contain the applicant's or the proponent's name, institution, and the contact details, such as the email address and the contact number.
Before I proceed, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Claudette Piamonte, and I will be the one discussing you the second key element of a concept paper, which is the background and the rationale. This section introduces your research topic, which explains why it is important and it outlines your initial plans. It follows a logical sequence to provide context, justifications, and a clear understanding for your research problem. As you can see, it includes elements like the introduction, general background, literature review, rationale, objectives, significance of the study, scope and limitations, and lastly, the research hypothesis. Essentially, this section introduces the reasons and justifications for your research by highlighting existing knowledge and the gap you aim to fill. By structuring this section effectively, you create a comprehensive and a well-organized foundation for your research, making its importance and aims very clear. And that includes my explanation for the background in the rationale section. Now we can move on to the next element of the concept paper.
So I will be reporting the statement of the problem when writing a concept paper. So as a given there is a research problem statement is a clear, concise, and specific statement that describes the issue or problem that the research project addresses. It should be written in a way that is easy and understandable to both experts and non-experts in the field. So a problem statement now is a short and clear that explains what issue or concerns the research is trying to solve too. It also helps us to understand what study is about and why is it important. The statement should be easy to understand even for people who are not interested in the topic. It also acts as a guide for the research and show the main focus and directions of the study.
The methodology describes research design, study locale, sampling method, participants, data analysis, and data gathering methods such as survey, case studies, experiments, interviews, observations, and etc. It should clearly indicate whether the approach is qualitative, quantitative, or mixed methods, aligning with the research objectives. This section should also include any ethical concerns that would arise during the research period. And the researcher must briefly describe the data sources and how the data will be analyzed. Though concise, this section should demonstrate that the study is feasible, ethical, and methodologically sound.
So, as mentioned before, that writing an effective concept paper in academic research requires a clear understanding of essential components, it is important to remember that each funding agencies or institution may have its own template, so it is strategic to follow their own guidelines. But however, concept paper typically include the common elements, and this element include the potential impact of the paper. So the potential impact of the concept paper is that it can secure funding, guide research by outlining clear plans and identifying knowledge gaps, foster collaboration through shared vision and attracting partners, um, influence policy, raise awareness, shape future direction, and this G, it means that by this concept paper, it can also shape policy by highlighting critical issues and proposing solution, raise awareness by clearly articulating problems and solutions. So, ilahang impact kay magdepende siya sa clarity, strong argument, feasibility, and relevance to the target audience.
For the support, in general terms, though not detailed, it states the resources you will need to carry out the project. It contains either 1. An outline of the main budget categories for the requested project support, or 2. A single bottom line amount of the request and a brief discussion or a narrative of how that amount will be used. Some concept paper may not even include an amounted request. So to put it simple, support in a concept paper means what you need to make your project happen. And this can be a list of things you'll spend money on, like materials, equipment, staff, or travel, or just a total amount of money you need and a short explanation of how you use it. Sometimes you don't even need to say how much, you just explain what kind of help you're looking for.
Hi guys, in this video we will discuss about timeline in creating a concept paper. So what is timeline? This is the definition of timeline. Timeline is a visual presentation of events arranged chronologically, showing their sequences and duration. It is a powerful tool to organize information, illustrating processes, and communicating complex data in clear and easily digestible format. Timeline, it is a graph events where the events arrange chronological order. Server a visual tool to organize information, helping people to identify the key events and understand the sequence of occurrences over time. It is commonly used in various contexts such as history, project management, and storytelling to illustrate how events unfold. It is typically a graphic design showing a long bar labeled with dates parallel and usually a contemporaneous event. It is a visual tool to outline the sequence of events for a specific time period. The team projects use this to plan, organize, and monitor the process of their operations. There are types of timeline. First is the horizontal timeline. Horizontal timeline is where the events are arranged from left to right, presenting the passage of time. This type of timeline are simple sequences. Next is a vertical timeline, where the events are arranged from the top to bottom, often used to show growth or progress over time. Next is the roadmap timeline, illustrate the stages of project or plan, often used in business to show the strategic goals. Next is interactive timeline. This timeline it is find in the digital timelines, allowing users to click on events for more information. Biographical timelines show the key events in person life. Historical timelines illustrate significant historical events. Project timelines outline the strategies of project, often used in project management. Our event timeline organize events from specific occasion like weddings or conference. Lastly is the biological timeline, show the evolution of life on Earth. So there are the type of timeline. I have a 5 example of timeline where we can find the type of timeline. First is a project management. Project management is where we are tracking the tasks, deadlines, and resources. marketing plans, visualizing campaigns and launch schedules, historical studies presenting major events in chronological order, personal development tracking goals and milestones, educations illustrating historical periods and scientific processes. So that's the 5 types of timeline. The choice of timeline type depends on the information being presented and the desired level of details. Many templates of timeline that we can easily use in online, and it is available to simplify creation of timeline. And that's it for our
The references sections list all the sources cited within the concept paper and provides proper credit to the author and helps the readers to locate the original materials. These sections follow specific citation style like APA or MLA, etc. Then using accurate and credible sources like journals, books, and academic articles can help strengthen the reliability and the academic integrity of the paper.
Hello! Today we will tackle about the conclusion of our concept paper. So conclusion is our final section of the concept paper. This part is very important because it's the last thing that the readers and audience will see. And it's a chance to remind them what our concept is all about and why it's worth supporting for. So to conclude our concept paper, we have to do 4 things. First is to restate the main idea, which is to begin by going back to the main problem or issue that we want to solve, because these help the readers to remember why the project is important. Second is to review the proposed solution. It is to briefly explain the idea or plan that we came up with to solve the problem. There's no need to repeat everything, just the main parts. And then third, highlight the importance. This is where we show why our idea matters. This is the question of how it will help people and what difference will it make to the audience. So the last thing we have to do is call to action, which is also optional. So we sometimes end this to a call to action, which is this is a statement that encourages others to support or help make the project happen. So we have to make it clear and simple, and we have to be confident with our conclusion, and to make sure that the conclusion connects with the rest of the paper. So that's all.
Tips writing a concept paper. Write to your audience. A concept paper is an academic piece of writing. Therefore, it is imperative to maintain a professional demeanor. Refrain from employing colloquialism, vernacular, and other form of conversational language. The tone and manner of your concept paper should be consistent with that of your corresponding research accordance with the reader's level of familiarity with the subject matter. For instance, if you are proposing an IT project and your intended audience is the chief of the university's IT department, you may employ technical jargon that is comprehensible to them. If the intended audience is non-technical individual, it is important to avoid using jargon and to ensure that all vocabulary terms that may be unfamiliar to them are defined. You can increase the probability of your project being improved by ensuring that the reader comprehends your concept paper. The next one.
Use an engaging, accurate title. In the same way that a clear, captivating subject line increases the probability of a recipient reading an email, an engaging title increases the probability of your reader not only reading your concept paper but also comprehending it. Select a title that is accurately reflective of the content of your paper and is concise, typically containing fewer than 15 words. Your reader should not be taken aback by the proposed research after reading the title of your paper. Keep it to an appropriate length. 2 to 3 pages is typically the appropriate length for a concept paper that is being written by an undergraduate
master's, or doctoral assignment. There is no need to concern yourself with the specifics of your investigation. A high-level summary is adequate. Academic concept papers may be shorter than those intended to attract investment capital.